I sit at the box every day and I don't necessarily know what's going to come across my desk, but that's part of the appeal. That's what I enjoy. And I very much enjoy face-to-face trading and building on relationships.
But it is we bring business, and as a broker, we're only middlemen. We have to be very skilled in understanding our clients' needs to match it with the products that the insurers have available for us to use. If they don't have a product, we've got no product to sell to the client, but we are the link between the insurer and the insured. And it's
the little subtle connotations.
Subtlety in it.
One being even the broking stool, a comfortable, I mean, use the term loosely, but comfortable armchair.
The idea is that this stool would be lower than the chair, so the underwriter is looking down on the broker, because the underwriter technically holds the power because they hold the product.
And it would encourage people to be quick and out, and there's a queue.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is what we'll do on the extension.
Right.
Rates wanted to increase by 20%.
Stop it, hardening market, hello.
Yeah. 25% LTV. Gone. No claims bonus.
Right.
Gone.
Okay. Because they had a claim, or just because
They've had a claim.
they've had a claim? There's two very different demographics. If we're talking internally in the office, 98% of my colleagues are males who are of a certain age and perhaps aren't used to teddy bear handbags or leopard print jumpsuits. However, I feel that in the market, when I'm dealing with my brokers externally, you have a very demographic of people. It could be females your age, therefore slightly less shocking.
I don't know whether I necessarily do get treated differently, but I do feel like I don't know how to put it really. I feel like I have to perform to my best abilities, almost to obtain credibility sometimes.
Absolutely.
Maybe more from the old school side of the business, the more marine element.
Okay.
I don't know what you would comment on that.
I think definitely sometimes within the market, as you say, there's this old school element. But as the time passes, there's an element of phasing as well. As younger generations are coming through, it's more equal, and where previous legacy differences, they're starting to be phased out.
But we're so
far behind.
I know.
So far behind any other industry. It's so difficult for someone to actually think of you as someone as a respectable underwriter rather than,
something attractive
someone that's something attractive to look at and do your scanning. Like the history behind a woman coming to Lloyds was because they wanted to attract brokers, male brokers, to Lloyds.
Yeah.
So they wanted to attract them to their box, so they would hire extremely attractive women.
Yeah, exactly that.
I think that Yeah.
100%, you need to go above and beyond. You don't need to even compare to your milk. You need to be better, always sharper, always one step ahead.
I think only about 3 or 4 years ago did I start seeing it change.
Yeah.
Previously to that, there was such bad behaviour
Yes.
in Lloyd's. Now it's maybe not spoken about anymore. It's still in the culture, and there's still people that are acting in really terrible ways, but it's not in your face.
Obvious in your face. There is definitely, I mean, I'd be lying if I said the insurance market wasn't a little bit of a boys' club. This demographic that stick together, and as you said, traditionally, things like golf or going in drinking pints in the pub would be forms of entertainment. What are your corporate go-tos?
Well, I had a corporate ski the other day.
Oh my God,
Pretty
there
good,
you
but
go.
that's
corporate-
unusual. I wouldn't put that on camera. That's a dangerous area to be putting on camera because it would imply that
Skiing's quite bougie, so
we
technically.
were capable of being bribed.
Yes.
And that's
yeah.
a dangerous area to stick on a camera.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
wouldn't go
good.
there.
No, we were thinking slightly the more traditional golf
Yeah.
slash, but Bruce is a bit more exciting than the
Yeah.
average Joe.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sweet,
Thank you. That is a massive latte.
I didn't realize how big large was
Latte.
going to be. I thought large would be like
That'll keep you going.
slightly
for
bigger.
like,
Oh, it's two. Cheers.
I remember going to one underwriter at the time, actually, just saying, look, I don't know if you can help me, I'm trying to find this box. And he went, find it yourself. And he was dressed really corporate. Whereas because Marilena is quite outgoing with her clothes and is quite comfortable with who she is. I mean, as I said, you look around this room, you're seeing blacks, greys. I mean, similar to myself, really. Whereas you see her, she stands out. I also do apprenticing on tattooing as well, so I've got full sleeve, all up my right arm. Now I've got
fabulous. I expected
one on my chest. I got two on my chest actually from Japan. I got one on my ribs as well. So everyone always said to me, "You'll fall into insurance," and I thought, that's not the case. Never going to happen. Because prior to that, my grandfather and my dad had come through Lloyds and done business. So I thought, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to break the trend, so to speak, and go from there. And then an opportunity came up, and I thought, well, it's too good to miss. Have the interview. And I remember the day signing my paper, like, here we go. I'm actually falling into insurance.
we see your colour pop.
Yeah, so
Holla,
gone for an old school vibe there.
Often, it's easy to put on a suit and put on this armour, in essence. You look like everyone else, you blend in like everyone else, you don't leave yourself or feel like you're exposed, and with the suit comes an attitude or comes a persona that is a hard exterior. And I try every day to try and break that stigma, whether it be the way that I look or the way that I interact with people, try and make them feel comfortable, and bring a different, more human aspect to an industry that sometimes doesn't feel very human. I think change is such a difficult one because I can't even say it's for lack of wanting. It's just often when you look at tradition or the way things were done and you inherently criticize the way that things were done, then you get people's backs up, and that's not well received because you're almost criticizing what was and saying, oh, I could do way better. Whereas I think to really stimulate change, which is what we're striving for, is to introduce a more diverse culture, more diverse cross-section of people, and naturally the wider the spectrum of minds or people or cultures or identities that you have, the truer the representation of life.